Hello, everyone. Welcome to an update. It's been a while. I've said that way too many times, and it applies here as well. This is going to be an Adurin update in general. So this is posted on the Adurin Region channel or in the Not a Scratch Discord. You can see on your screen right now a list of different topics and timestamps. Just jump to that section for information about the specific topic in question. But think of this almost like a Nintendo Direct, except uh, about content that I create. Um, Before going into any specific details, if there is anything that you have a question about that I don't mention throughout this episode, throughout this update, whatever you want to call it, if you have a question about anything regarding a show that I talk about, a show that I don't talk about, something like that, you can reach out to me on Twitter at Aduran Region. It is on your screen as well, or you can join the Discord. There should be a way to join that either via Twitter or Discord link in the description or something like that. There should be a way to access it. If not, again, just let me know. Worst case scenario, email me at theadorinregion at gmail.com. So that's the Adurin, Ahdurin region at gmail.com. That's probably the, the method that is guaranteed to work with as little effort as possible on on your end, I guess. I don't know. Try whatever method you want to go with. Um, so we're just going to go step by step through each of the different shows and contents that I have. Again, feel free to go through as much or as little of this episode as you want via the timestamps listed above. So let's start with Not a Scratch. I probably should have mentioned this previously. None of this is bad news necessarily. It's just either neutral or good news. So let's start with Not a Scratch. The summary episode for Arc 4, I was about to say Arc 5, for Arc 4 is in production. It is just taking a lot longer than I thought. The past couple of weeks, you may have noticed, just in general, I haven't been online as much, and that's just because of a lot of real world stuff that is slowly dying down, but I can see across the horizon new stuff coming up. So I want to try to get as much stuff done in this relatively free time that I can before those things pop up. Um, so summary episode in production, taking a lot longer than I thought, but hopefully I will get this done, uploaded, and then we can upload the next few things, including of course special episodes mentioned previously. There's a few that's been recorded and a few things that I have to work out kinks with, but all of that is available, and those will pop up on the feed as well. And then afterwards will be the beginning of Arc 5, which we've recorded a couple of episodes for, and I'm very excited for you all to see how the story shifts with the different adjustments made over the past couple of arcs, and how Arc 4 ended in particular. If you've listened to the show, then you would know. Um, if you are interested in merch items, I've mentioned that previously, including the pins that I mentioned previously. New merch items, including those pins, have been released. They are currently available on the website. The pins in particular will be what I talk about right now, because that's the main one there. Everything else on the site is printed on demand and have like an outsourced sort of thing. This isn't stuff that I carry in house. So if you have any questions about orders being delayed or stuff like that, just reach out to me and I will try my best to accommodate or at least keep you informed throughout the process as much as I can. With these pins, however, these are the first edition, I suppose, of Not a Scratch pins. These are acrylic pins that are available on our website again on a pre order basis. This is to help me figure out how much I need to order. So they are available. You can purchase individual pins or purchase a set at a discount. As well, for checking out this entire episode, if you use the code update, I believe, let me make sure I have this right. Yep. If you use the code update on the site as a discount code, it is 5% off your entire order. So be sure to use that if you're interested in not only just getting these pins, but anything else on the store. Any support really, really does help for all of the different ideas and creations that I have that require some funding, which is very much appreciated. Speaking of funding, we turn to the Not a Scratch Patreon. The Patreon is going very well. Thank you so much, everyone, for your support. Whether you are a former Patreon member, a current Patreon member, or a future Patreon member, if you're a future one, would be real nice to have you join on now. There's a bunch of stuff that is either in the planning section, the recorded session, need to be edited section, including Susie's show. I apologize for the delay with that, but that is going to be coming out. The Red Book, there's at least one episode that needs to come out as well, and there's a few other things that I'm dabbling with that are interested in coming out. I'm hoping and crossing my fingers here that this summer is going to be a lot of uploads on that Patreon for all of the supporters there. So thank you very much for your support. When it comes to the website, you may or may not have noticed that there have been a couple of extra sections that have been added. The website is soon going to have a wiki page or a wiki sort of system there, whether it links to another site or whether the wiki is on site on the Not a Scratch webpage. Um, Still up in the air, but you can look forward to that coming soon. Those will have character and location descriptions and all that sort of stuff. Things that I add over time, whether through editing and finding cool things that are there, or just maybe restarting the series and going through, as I will talk about in a moment. There's also, which might be more interesting to you, a resources page that will soon be available as we begin to start the process of sharing the system with you guys. This isn't anything formal. In fact, a lot of these are just going to be uploads of random documents and stuff that may not make any sense, but they're cool resources at the very least for you to either create your own system, or if you just really need a database that's already pre-made and no one else has made that in the past, you can access it on our site. So this will be coming up in the coming weeks. And you can look forward to that as well. Weeks, maybe months. I'm not 100% sure what the timeline is, but those things are things that are coming out soon. One last thing that I've noted down in regards to Not a Scratch, um, you may have noticed in the past that we have had summary episodes, unsurprisingly. That's what the next upload is going to be on the podcast feed. But you also may have noticed in the description of those summary episodes that transcripts are out. This is something that was a goal of mine in 2022. And now I kind of really want to start working on that. This is going to be a very large project and one of those things that I just work on over time. So don't expect them all to pop out very quickly. But for the summary episodes, transcripts are available, and I'm hoping that over time I can go through from the beginning while working on this wiki on the website and also be able to upload transcripts for each of those episodes in the descriptions, in the website, and other items like that. So those are the big Not a Scratch updates. Do not worry, we have not disappeared. This is the standard couple of weeks break that we accidentally take in the middle of nowhere that seems to happen at least once a season. Um, but look forward to things coming out, whether you are a member of the Patreon, a Discord member, a general member, however you want to describe yourselves. We really appreciate all of the support that you have there. Now we shift over from Not a Scratch to more individual projects that you may not have heard of that you can see on your screen here. We go to Adorn Region Sports. This is another podcast that I have that combines the NBA and Pokemon to create its own little league. That's I try to commentate and make shows and stuff like that over. This has been on a hiatus for a while, mainly because of just complications and the amount of time that it takes to record and do these. I do want to restart this, not restart from the beginning. I've done that previously, not very fun, but re-continue, I guess, the show. Still interested in doing this. I think the schedule is no longer going to be a set schedule of you can expect this upload on this day and this upload on that day. I think instead it's probably just going to be it'll upload when it uploads, a la the next show on the list. Um, this is probably the best for my schedule, and I apologize for people that prefer the strict schedule where you know what type of uploads are coming out on what days. But this is probably the best thing for my schedule to try to tampen down a bit. I have the bad habit of trying to add more things on top of things that are already out there and really want everything to be successful, and that's not necessarily going to be the case. So, with Enduro and Region Sports, I'm going to try to pull this back a bit. If you're a subscriber to that feed, very much appreciate it, and you can expect uploads in the future. It's just probably going to be more sporadic than in the past. So apologies for that yet again. Um, we move on now from Aduran Region Sports to Aduran Talk Sports. Now, Aduran Talk Sports, sorry, is a real show. Like it talks about real sports, where I legitimately talk about real sports out there. If you're a fan of the NFL, the NBA, and other sports like that, I try to talk about those things. Uploads for those have been sporadic, a la the Aduran Region Sports, and this is something that I think I'll be able to continue with. I think with the NFL schedule being released, I know there's at least one upload there. There's a few other ideas with the NBA kind of winding down. We're in that sort of weird moment, at least with the sports that I follow, where it's kind of a lull season for a couple of months. Um, I have a few ideas, just random things that I'm interested in sharing and talking about, and you might be interested in that if you're a fan primarily of the NFL and the NBA, but other sports may be introduced there as well. So if you're a fan of real life sports, I would recommend checking out Adore and Talk Sports, where I talk about my opinion about sports, and could be interesting or not, up to you. But it's something that I'm going to be continuing over time. Again, both Adore and Region and Adore and Talk Sports are more of the sporadic uploads, while Not a Scratch will stick to somewhat of a schedule. I want to move on now to a show that I've hinted at, highlighted, and talked about. The new show that I've codenamed E Clock. For episodes of this is the big thing that most people, I think, that are fans of Not a Scratch have been looking forward to. This show, the system is created, it's basically finalized, and recording for this is beginning soon. Now, I'm going to spoil this from the beginning. There's a promo, I suppose, that's already out there on the web that was released a couple of weeks ago that hints sort of at what the system is and the world that we're working with. The first couple of episodes are going to be me by myself, and sort of it's a combination of a pilot and a world building exercise. So look forward to that in the coming weeks. Um, so once I start recording those, then I'll start bringing in the guests that I've mentioned previously. If you are a guest on the show, and you know you are because I've reached out to you about this or you've reached out to me about this, do not worry. While you may not be the first guest or the second guest, I do have a list of everybody that was interested in being a guest, and I will get to you at some point in the story. I can guarantee that because this is about to be a way too convoluted game that we're going to be playing together. But everything is sort of built out now, system, all the rules and stuff like that is put in place. Now it's kind of just getting the time to sit down and start recording those things. So if you're a guest on the show and you're interested in all of that, do not worry. I have not forgotten you. And uploads and all that sort of stuff will be coming very, very soon. Also, if you have any questions or anything like that about the show, again, reach out to me about this. More information about different sort of extra stuff will be available soon. We shift over now to where you're possibly viewing this, the Adoran Region YouTube channel. This is a YouTube channel that I have where I record games and do the standard gameplay YouTubery thing that most people tend to do at one point in their life. I am recording other stuff right now. There's stuff for that. There's in fact one episode of a new thing, not a new thing, but a comeback to that's already in the vault. Just got to sit down and make sure that it's properly good, and then upload that. Probably want to get some extra bulk in there so that I have spaced out episode recordings. I will be coming back soon with a return to the Ace Attorney game. I finished the main story, I guess, the first four adventures of the original Ace Attorney game, and then I've started the upload of the fifth adventure, the extra one that is provided to you, not the original, I believe, Game Boy Advance release, but in the DS releases and 3DS release and the Wii Shop release as well. For the trilogies and stuff like that. The fifth story for that, I've started recording on that, so that will be coming soon. Again, not sure necessarily when, but that will be appearing on your timeline shortly. So if you haven't already, and you're interested in checking this out, because it's a lot of episodes of that original game that you can see me do fun voices and characters and stuff like that. If you're interested in the Ace Attorney series or just checking out another thing that I do, you can check out and subscribe to the Adoran Region YouTube channel. That is available wherever you watch your YouTube videos. In other words, basically YouTube. Um, so that's what the main YouTube channel. Now we shift over from YouTube to Twitch, the Jordan Region Twitch. That is one of the few things that has been relatively consistent. I think maybe once a week in the middle of the week, and those are kind of random right now. Uh, Again, easiest way to find out is just by following the Twitch channel. Putting notifications on everywhere is always very nice, as I try to be a real content creator. As you can see when different stuff that we're doing comes out. So just keep in touch. We'll let you know if you're a member of our Discord. There's automatic notifications that show up usually when I stream, generally with someone else. Though if I'm streaming by myself, you'll find that out as well. There's a few different series that are going on depending on the day and how much progress I've made in something. Then you'll find that. So that is basically it for this entire thing. Thank you so much for listening through this. As I mentioned previously, if you're not a Scratch fan or you're interested in purchasing some merch, you can go to www.notascratchcast.com. And if you go there and check out the merch and use the code UPDATE, you get 5% off your entire order. No matter how much you order on there, no matter how much it is, no matter if it cuts into our profits, you get a 5% discount on your entire order. So use the code update to get that discount and potentially purchase those pins that are again on a pre-order basis. So all the information is available on that site as well. Um, if you have any questions, as I mentioned at the beginning of the episode, please reach out to me via Twitter at Adoran Region, via email, theadoranregion at gmail.com. The YouTube link right here, you can throw questions in the comment section and I will try to go and answer them. If there's any other place that I have forgotten, the Discord, for example, you can check that out and send questions my way. I will be happy to answer them. I apologize sincerely for taking a break. I feel like I should probably tell everyone when the break is happening. That would probably help out a bit. But I hope you are looking forward to the new things that are coming soon. Thank you very much for listening and for supporting in any way, shape, or form that you do. I'm going to use the YouTube outro here since this is technically a YouTube video. And until next time, everyone, take care.